Police are investigating the death of 3 pupils at a Vanderbijlpark High School this morning. The learners died after a walkway collapsed at Hoërskool Driehoek early this morning. 2 males and 1 female are among the deceased. 23 other pupils were injured.
2 are in a critical condition and have been airlifted to hospital. The remaining injured were taken to hospital. The MEC for Education, Vanderbijlpark High School, is currently at the school. Schooling has been suspended until further notice.
We can now officially confirm that 26 learners were affected. Of the 26 learners, 3 are deceased. Of the 3 that are deceased, 2 are males, 1 is a female. So far, we've managed to identify 1 deceased learner. The remaining 2, we are trying very hard through the school communication system to identify and notify their next of kin.
For more on the story, we cross to our reporter Lopang Alamu in Vanderbijlpark. Good afternoon, Lopang. Take us through what's happening there.
As we do understand right now, the scene is officially a crime scene. As you can see behind me, the structure, that is where some of the children were hurt, and that is where 3 of the school learners here unfortunately lost their lives. You know, staying on infrastructure, I've got with me Buang Jones from the Human Rights Commission, and he'll talk to us a little bit more about, we understand there's a judgment against the Department of Education. Could you please talk us through that?
Yes, in 2018, the Eastern Cape High Court made a ruling against the Department of Education. The judgment pertained to the norms and standards on school infrastructure. In the judgment, the court said the department must not merely develop norms and standards, but must ensure that there is sufficient and adequate funding provided to schools to maintain their infrastructure. So our presence today is to firstly find out what happened, but also look at the human rights aspect, because this implicates a number of rights, the rights of learners at the school. And of course, we also want to hear from the department, because they have a constitutional obligation to protect children's rights and to ensure that education is accessible and the learning environment is conducive for all learners. We also want to speak to the Mfuleni municipality, because they have a responsibility of ensuring that bylaws are adhered to by the Department of Education and the school itself.
So we understand that there will be a separate investigation apart from the police investigation that the Commission will be taking on.
Yes, the Commission has set our independence in strong terms. We are going to launch our own separate investigation, and we'd like to speak with all the relevant role players, including the Department of Education, to find solutions, but to also ask the department to conduct a holistic assessment of school infrastructure in Gauteng.
Well, thank you, Buang Jones. That was Buang Jones from the Human Rights Commission. I'm going to ask Thabo, my colleague, to just quickly show you what the scene looks like at this moment. As you can see, the slab fell from one end of the entire concrete walk path on top. That is where the children got hurt. So we do understand that there were heavy rainfalls yesterday, but the MEC and the emergency services could not also determine if the rain could have possibly played a part in what it is that happened here. You can see down there are what looks like the jaws of life, which was used to actually ensure that the bodies of the children were taken out. We do understand that more than 20 children got injured here. They were walking from assembly heading to their respective classes when this part of the walkway collapsed. We can also see that this slab was not connected to the rest of the walk path up there. We also know that some kids were walking down and some kids were walking up. So we do know that both kids who were walking up and down got injured in this tragic incident. While we do know that it's an active crime scene, we also know that unfortunately 3 learners died here today. The MEC says the department will obviously make sure that the ones who survived, their medication, their medical treatment is taken care of. We also heard the MEC saying that the priority of the department at this point is to ensure that all the children of the school are given trauma counseling. The school has been shut down, and there will be a center opened here for the children to come and get assistance, because really it's a very horrifying experience, and we saw some parents crying, not really ready to speak to us, but of course we'll try to speak to more family, and we do understand that 2 of those who died were males and 1 of them was a female. But I guess the question goes deeper, as we've heard Buwang say, the fact that is the Department of Education maintaining the infrastructure of the schools in the province? It's back to you in studio.